It is 3:30 in the morning here, and I can't sleep. It says one link. Gotcha. And if you're awake with me, say hello. People keep asking me to go live, but I haven't been because I'm always dealing with something. And I always look like crap, and I just lose my mind, I guess, over here. If you haven't seen my latest blog post, please go check it out. And I don't really know why I'm going live, except that I'm lonely. My husband is too busy texting other women to pay any attention to me. I mean, he's just never going to change. I've been home almost a year, and it's still the same crap. There's so much that I could tell you that we could talk about. Maybe I'll just keep writing it all down, and then y'all can read it. I just can't believe how much my life has changed over the last 3 years. Or I should really say 2, because it didn't really go to shit until I told him that if you can't help me around here, if you're going to sit around here and just do nothing, then so am I. And when I quit being his cash cow, then that's when things went to hell. And his parents just encourage it. They think that I just should, do everything around here. I cut the grass, clean the house, I do everything. I cook the meals. Thank you, Carlene. Thank you for not giving me crap about it. And I can't get a little help. What's crazy about it is he can't help me, but he can go help every other woman. Any other woman that asks him to do something for him, he can go help them. He just can't help his wife. He hides money from me. He lies to me about the bills. Okay, so I'm about to have surgery on my shoulder. And I'm supposed to be doing physical therapy for my hip. And if the hip don't get better, I may have to have surgery on that too. But did you know that I had to cancel my appointments several times because supposedly we didn't have money for the copay. But all that time, I later found out that we actually did have money for that, and he was just hiding it from me. Or did you know I got like this terrible sinus infection that somehow got into a root of a tooth that went all the way up into my sinuses? My whole face was swollen. It was horrible. And we didn't have money for that either. So my friend down the street made an appointment for me. She was going to pay for it. But luckily, with my insurance, it didn't even cost anything. So, but he was going to let me just suffer. And you know, the thing about it is when this accident happened, I pretty much live streamed the whole thing. No one can say that I wasn't by his side the whole entire time. No one. So my surgery is on the 22nd. I don't know what to expect. I'm a little nervous because it's my right arm and I'm right-handed. And one day post-op, he made an appointment to see one of his doctors. So he's going to have to find somebody to take him to that. So I'm going to be left here alone one day post-op. He don't see a problem with that. Do you think it's weird that he goes for walks for like 4 hours a day? Like he literally walks 3-4 hours a day. Just walks around the neighborhood. Isn't that weird? I don't know what I did with my shoulder. They're going to do what's called a clean out, whatever that means. It's not torn. The rotator cuff's not torn. But it freaking hurts. Sometimes it hurts so bad I forget about my hip. And the hip has a tear in it has two problems. It has a tear in the cartilage and also tendonitis. I mean, who walks for like 3 or 4 hours a day? He's obsessed with his weight. The other day, it was like over 100 degrees, and I was out here cutting grass and weed eating with my shoulder hurting. He knows it's hurting. Wouldn't help me. And I asked him, hey, can you at least pick up the sticks or something in the backyard so I don't have to do that? Just move everything so I can cut the grass. Nope. He just won't help me. He just supposedly just stays around the neighborhood, walking. I'm sure that's when he texts and calls his, little girlfriends. Pippa Prince, what a cute name. The girls, no, they don't help. They no longer live here. So we're so broke, but yet he can go get his he went and got pedicures today and tried to convince me. He took Caroline with him, and he tried to convince me that she paid for it. Might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. People keep telling me I can do this, but I just don't think I can. I've seen him, and I track him, and it says he's walking around the neighborhood. But I'm sure there's probably some app or something, I don't know, where you can map out your whole, trek, and it just shows where you wanted to. I'm sure there's an app for that. I don't know, but it just don't make no sense. Today I asked him to cook me dinner and it's just like, it's really not even cooking. It was like bagged fajita meat. All you had to do is heat it up on the stove. I asked him to cook dinner because my shoulder was hurting. No. I'll make you a sandwich. Well, what's the freaking difference? Yes, I am in misery. I'm miserable. I'm a hostage here. He won't give me access to our money. He only puts gas in the car when we have places for him to go. He will buy me cigarettes, but only because he spends twice as much money on vapes. I don't know. You might be right, Susan. I don't know. I'm watching reruns in the news because that's what's on. 212 people. What are y'all doing up at 4 o'clock in the morning? No, Lindy. For all you people that keep saying, oh, you don't deserve this. Apparently I do. Apparently I do. Lindy, she says she just gets up early. Cindy has insomnia. Susan has insomnia. Tammy's taking her husband to work. I hope he's better than mine. So, he complains and complains because I don't make any money anymore, but he likes to play this little game where he turns off the internet. I have no access to it. Like, he could do it from his phone. And, so, the YouTube videos, I could probably do that, but I don't really have the right equipment for that. And he's been promising me I was supposed to get it for my birthday, then I was supposed to get it for Mother's Day, and that'll never happen. He's not ever going to buy anything for me. And if I really think back, he has bought me jewelry before, but I think that's whenever I was making a lot of money, so I bought it. Our anniversary is on the 8th. Yeah. So he says to me, oh, well, maybe we could take a little day trip somewhere. So I made a few suggestions, and he says to me, you know, it's not like we have that Sugar Shack money anymore. Well, no. What did he say? He said, it's not like we're making that Sugar Shack money anymore. Number one, I don't remember a we making that money. And number two, it would be nice to go on a trip that I don't have to pay for. So then he'll lie to me and tell me, oh, we're out of money this week. You can't go buy this, you can't go buy that. I can't, there are some weeks he will literally not let me buy groceries. But yet, when he needs money, it just appears. My dad told me if there was more bad than gets out. Yes, I took him to New York. And then he tells me everything is his. The house, he says, is his. Everything's his. So the other day I went to go clean my car. And I have this little green, upholstery cleaner. But I went to go get it, and it was missing. And he was like, oh, I let Ethan borrow it. I was like, but you didn't even ask me. You didn't even tell me. He's like, it's my... he cussed me out like a dog and said it was his. No, it's not. Number one, you've never in your life used it. And number two, I bought that. I bought it. It's mine. It's like he's trying to take everything from me. Everything. And I don't understand that, because I've always wanted him to have everything he wanted. But he's resentful that, I'm not making the money that I used to. But in all fairness, I did go to him and say, listen, I'm overwhelmed. I got too much on me. I need your help. You can help me around here. There are things he could do. Okay, he can't do things outside. Well, you can sit in a chair and fold clothes. If you're going to walk around the house, then drag a broom behind you. Or a vacuum. But it's all my fault. He won't sweep because I have too many dogs. Even though his pig sheds crazily. He'll wash clothes every once in a while. But I usually have to fold them. And if he folds them, he'll put his clothes away, but never mind. Never. Oh, I don't know where they go. Well, we've been married God knows how long, and have been in this house for almost 7 years, and you don't know where my clothes go? And if you're not sure, open the drawer. See what's in it. This drawer is bras. This drawer is underwear. This drawer is t-shirts. The dresses hang up in the closet. What do you mean? I don't understand that. You were depressed and enjoying it. Nobody's enjoying it. Again, no, it's always been like this. It's been like this for about, definitely over the last year. No, he hasn't, Janet. No, he's counting his chickens before they hatch. He gets mad when I ask him to go check the eggs, for God's sakes. Do something. There's so much I could tell y'all that I don't. I don't know. I don't know, you know. I guess anybody could say, how do I know he wouldn't have done this if he wouldn't have got hurt? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I could tell you I would have never expected it. And I never thought that we wouldn't have pulled through this together. $407. He won't let me see the phone bill. Because remember I called him talking to those women last year? He's made sure I can't see that phone bill since then. Well, in the way it happens in every freaking movie, you see a woman devotes her life to her husband and her family, and then she gets cast aside. But let me tell you a story. So for those of you not from LSU, not from Louisiana, we had a coach, Coach O, they called him, Orgeron, or I think Ed Orgeron was his name, or Orgeron. Anyways, when he got the job at LSU, I was really excited, and I cheered for him because, you know, he's a local guy. And when I say local, he's from Louisiana. And he said his dream was always to coach at LSU. Well, he got that job. And he was married to a woman. And ironically, I think her name was Kelly also. And that woman got really sick. She got some kind of cancer. I don't remember what kind. And he sucked. He was a terrible coach and did not perform well. I think he won a championship, but that was like his first year coaching. So he had the other coach's team. And then after he won that championship, it all went downhill from there. So he got fired. And they had to buy him out. And I think his buyout was like $16 million, right? So shortly after he got fired, like within a month or so, I think he filed for divorce. Now keep in mind that his wife was sick, okay? She had gave up her career. She was a nurse practitioner, I think. She gave up her career to follow him around so he could coach football. She raised their children. She took care of everything, the home, the house, all that. He wasn't even there when his kids were born. This is all, like, I wasn't there, but this is all just, like, stories that I've heard, right? Like, news articles. So, Come to find out, he was cheating on her. And shortly after he filed for divorce, he's posting pictures of him and some 20-year-old, like, it was really disgusting, because he's, he was in definitely his 50s, maybe even his 60s. And he left his wife, who was dying with cancer, to be with some little floozy. So they get divorced, and somehow in the divorce, they were fighting over his buyout because he got fired. They had to buy out his contract. Like I said, it was $16 million. And the judge, for whatever reason, said she couldn't touch that money. It wasn't community property. So they appealed it. And the appellate court said it was not community property. It went all the way to the Louisiana Supreme Court. Louisiana Supreme Court, this came out today. Louisiana Supreme Court found it to be community property, and he had to write her a check for over $8 million. So finally, some woman out there got what she had coming to her. And I have news for you, Ed. You ain't no prize. And if it wouldn't be for that big fat paycheck, that little 20-year-old girl would not be with you. Ain't no true love like that. What kind of man is so stupid? It's not that he's stupid. He knows that. He don't care. These men, they don't care. They don't care how they get it, as long as they get it from some hot young piece of ass. Lord, now we up to 322 people, and it is 4 o'clock in the morning. Men are disgusting. Like, I know not all of them. I'm sure some of you out there have some really great ones. But my God, why are they such pigs? And the women that know that these are married men, they're disgusting too. Now I get it. There's been some circumstances where a man will lie to a woman and say he's divorced and he's not really. Like, I'm not bashing, don't take offense to that. But the problem is, in this day and age, no one respects marriage. It's not a sacred thing anymore. And it should be. Cindy said all the good guys are in the graveyard. Another friend of mine was telling me a story about a man who was married to this woman for, years and years and years, and they get older, and of course, all of a sudden, he's not in love anymore, and he wants somebody new, and then he gets sick. And guess who ends up taking care of him till his last days? Oh, that's right, the wife that he was going to put aside. But right before he died, he found God. So, that seems fair, right? He just gets to die and go to heaven, and she's stuck here remembering how her husband abandoned her. I don't know. You ask yourself, where are all the good guys? Well, they're married with their wife, where they're supposed to be. Thank you, Miss Helen. Anyways, I didn't really get on for any reason other than I was just lonely. You know, when you talk about your husband being unfaithful, there's so many different ways to be unfaithful other than just cheating. There's so many kinds of ways to be abandoned. I think my husband's going for some kind of freaking gold medal. He's like trying to check all the boxes. You know, our kids are grown and they're out of the house and we should be having fun right now. That's not what he wants. And he says that's what he wants. You know, the other day we were in Walmart and we both went down the clearance aisle and we were just both looking. He was like probably 10 feet ahead of me. And I was literally just looking straight forward. And apparently, he was trying to get my attention to show me something. And he got pissed off because I didn't see him. And he threw it at me. It was like a packet of balloons, something with Dolly on it. But just so disrespectful. In the middle of the store, just threw it at me because I wasn't paying attention to him. Because I can't walk through a store and just look without catering to his every freaking whim. Yes, and I'm still fighting all of it. She said I took care of him and fought with the health care and the lawyers and... I don't know what I did in a previous life to deserve this crap, but I must have been just terrible. Maybe I was King Herod. I'm just laughing. I'm just kidding. I don't really believe that I was something else in a previous life. I don't really believe that, but... $3:15 at 4 o'clock in the morning. I just don't, and he don't see it. But he don't see it. Like, it's my fault that he did that because I should be paying attention. And then he's always walking like a few feet ahead of me and I can't hear anymore. No, he's living here. I can't hear anymore. He gets pissed off when I can't hear. Yeah, you're right. They say they want a good woman, and then when they get one, they break them. So today I asked him to go check the chickens, check the eggs. And you know what he told me? If you don't want to take care of them things, then you need to get rid of them. I said, huh, interesting. Maybe you should apply that to your wife. I'm sorry. I didn't make the rules. No, this is what a marriage is. Like, you have your roles. And he's just very resentful that he has an obligation to fulfill. I'm sorry, but you did sign up for this. I was there. Come on, psycho. This girl right here. I had a dog on my lap. I can't go pee without her sitting on my feet. I don't know. I guess he was always a little bit of a moody, but he's never been like this. I wish I could answer that for you, Tina. I have my theories, but I don't know. Is he ever decent? Sometimes. Sometimes. But he's super pissed off because I won't get a job. And I have a job. And I could do it a whole lot better if he'd stop cutting on and off the internet. But he's really resentful about that too. See, when I decided that if he's just going to sit around here like a big bump on a pickle, I'm going to do that too. And I gave him fair warning. I told him I was getting overwhelmed. I told him I needed help. He told me no. And so I said, okay, well, if you don't want to do nothing, I'm not gonna. I think that's fair. And he didn't believe me. So I quit doing the videos and then I quit making money. A lot of money. And, hold on. Okay, I'm just making sure the internet's turned off. And, so it's like, because I did that, he just kept getting more and more pissed. He thought I was being selfish because I wouldn't, because I had boundaries, because I wouldn't just make a ton of money for him to float around in a pool and sit in a chair and order Amazon all day. But there are numerous reasons why I won't get a job. Number one, I have a business, and I'm not ready to give it up. Number two, why would I go get a job to help him pay for things that he proclaims are not mine? Like, if it's ours, that would be different. But it's not ours. He says it's his. My house, my car, my pool, my, even the vacuum that he's never used. His. Everything's his. And if it's his, why would I go and work my ass off to keep paying for stuff so that he can sit on the phone and call other women, text other women, and go for 4-hour walks? I have to pee. So I'm going to set you guys down on the washing machine. Here's the bunny. Alright, thank you. I guess I could have muted you. So, the other reason I won't go get a job is because he makes very foolish decisions, and I'm scared of what he's going to do while I'm gone. And then the fourth reason is because now I have never been a jealous woman in my life, and all of a sudden I am. Now I'm always worried about who he's calling, who he's texting. Then he likes to play these little games and tell me, oh, your friend texted me today and asked me to come rub her legs because her legs were sore. I don't even know if he's joking. Well, I do know he's lying because I believe she wouldn't do that. But you know, my grandma always said you man don't leave you for a stranger. So, but just because I won't go outside of home and work for someone else when I have my own business, does not mean that I'm lazy. That's probably good advice, Carmen. I'm sorry, y'all heard me pee. I didn't think you could hear because and I did close the door. We have a little bathroom off the laundry room. So, no, Tina. That's a never-ending battle. We did start going to marriage counseling. And we have an appointment on Tuesday, I think, to go back again. And he kept bringing up the get a job thing. And she's like, why? What is that going to accomplish? I mean, really, what will it accomplish? Yeah, we got to make a house payment. I don't know how he's doing it. That's what I'm saying. He has money from somewhere. I turned out light out here and I didn't mean to. Yeah, he says he still loves me. Does he say he still loves you? I just don't understand why he stays. If he's so miserable. Oh yeah, he says he's in prison. But I would like to know how he's in prison. He gets to do what the hell he wants. Yeah, no, he says he still loves me. He don't want to get divorced. That's what he says. Yeah, he's sleeping. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I do sleep. I just didn't today. Counselors make more trouble, you think? No, he doesn't have a job. He's just pissed because I don't. And, you know, it's summertime and we live relatively close to the beach, so, everybody we know is always at the beach. And he's like, oh, I wish I was at the beach. I could be at the beach if it weren't for you. I'm like, what? How? Because if it weren't for me, you couldn't go to the beach. Like, the only way you could get to the beach is if I paid for it. Oh, he argues that he does take care of me. And that it's none of my business. The money is none of my business because I don't make any. But when I was making all the money, I never hid shit from him. I never cut him off from access from our accounts. I wouldn't know, Gibson. I could tell you this much, that the little workers' comp checks we get every week, half of that is mine. No, I came home, and no one ever filed for divorce. He never filed for divorce. He just put a restraining order on me. And you know what he told me? He told me that, so get this. I told him one day, you only did that to try to control me. You put me out of my house with nowhere to go and not a dime to my name, all so you can try to force me into getting a job. He goes, you know what he told me? Yeah, and it would have worked if your stupid friend wouldn't have enabled you. He was talking about my friend Charmin. And Stacy and Maddie. Everybody enabled me. Oh, and then get this. Okay, remember whenever we were going through all that and he canceled my insurance on my car? Well, okay, so let me back up. The other day we went, I guess it was a week or two ago, we went to Walmart and we were on our way home and we were in the neighborhood and he said something about his vape and complaining, well, we're going to have to get out later. I don't like to get in and out. I don't really like to leave home too much. I'm not a shopper. I get anxious because he yells at me and screams at me while I'm driving. And he's just pissy with me. So he started complaining about his vape. He wanted to get back out later and I said, no, if you want that, let's turn around and go now and get it over with. So we turned around and went right back where we came from. I mean, it wasn't the same store, but it was close to it, to go buy his vapes. And on the way back, I hit this pothole and it like blew out my tire. Well, of course that's my fault because I can't see potholes and I hit every pothole that's ever, God ever created. And, of course I can't drive and whatever. But every day I get in my car, the tire pressure light was on. Every single day. And I would tell him I need air in my tires, blah, blah, blah. He got to where he wouldn't even check it, and I quit saying anything, just let it go flat. Well, the reason why I wasn't holding air is because on the back side of the tire, it was completely bald, like the wire was showing. So that's why the tire blew out, because there was no tire left, basically. Long story short, I had to get 4 new tires, and because they were all like that. And the way it was like, it had to be aligned because that's why the inside was wore out. I don't know. But of course that was all my fault. And then after that was all said and done, well, I owed him a favor because he bought tires for me. So anyways, now he wants to go on base, right? And he got this little card in the mail and he can get on base. Well, For me to go on base, now you have to have a real ID. So I had to go down there to the DMV, try to get a real ID. Come to find out, I had a flag on my license because whenever we were going through all that stuff, he had canceled my insurance, never told me. So I drove around almost the entirety of our separation, which was what, like 6-8 months, something like that, with no insurance. So I have like a $650 flag, which means that I couldn't get the real ID on my driver's license. I had to get like a Louisiana ID and get it on that. But it doesn't matter anyways, because the car cannot go on base because the registration's expired and so is the inspection sticker. And I can't get those things without, I can't get the inspection sticker without the registration. I can't get the registration without fixing the flags on my license. So if for some reason I get pulled over, they will tow my car. But yet he won't rectify that situation. Somehow that's my fault too. It's my fault that he canceled the insurance and didn't tell me. And now I have these astronomical fees and flags on my license. So everything's my fault. Because you're allowing yourself to. Yes, I do. I know. I realize that. I just don't know why. I can't figure that out. Maybe it's because he tells me every day how fat I am, especially when he's mad. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't want to be alone. And I really don't. I want a husband. I want to take care of my husband. I agree, Melinda. But it wouldn't really save him any money. I don't know. All I can tell you is it's always somebody else's fault, you know. Whenever the first lawyer that he had told him he needed to drop the restraining orders because he's not going to win, he got pissed off and reported him to the bar. It's his fault. And the second lawyer, he ended up dropping the restraining orders because he had so many contempts on him for cutting off the electricity, for cutting off the water. Well, I don't know if he ever cut the electricity off, but I know he did the water several times. For canceling the insurance, for letting the dogs out. I'm sure I'm not blameless, you know, and I will tell you that I do occasionally lose my shit. Yes, it's scary to leave what you know. What is that old saying? I don't know. It's something about the enemy you do know. I don't know why I stay. Because I took years to build this family, to build this house, not that I built the house, but to build this life. He's just going to take it away because he thinks the pastures are greener on the other side. He's just going to take away everything I ever worked for and built. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's easier just to deal with the devil you do know. No, the twins are not living at home. No, but who is? The blog is mrsmunson.com. If you scroll through the Facebook page, there's actually a link to the latest blog post. Why is he making all the decisions? Well, because our check, or workers' comp check, it goes to him. And he moved it to an account that I'm not on. I can tell you this, I'm not leaving my home, I'm not leaving my house. My animals are here. My life is here. I just don't understand why. It's like I won't bend to his will, so he is trying to break me. All because he has to be in control. He has to tell me I have to work. He has to tell me what I can do and what I can't. Who does that? But apparently, a lot of freaking men do, because I'm listening to all of you. Oh, I went through this with mine. I went through this with mine. I went through this with mine. Like, why are men such brats? Why are they so entitled? I get it. You're a wife. You have your wifely duties. I'm not talking about the nasty stuff. I'm talking about just the stuff you do for your family. And he's quick to throw that crap in my face because apparently I'm not good at them, any of them. But what the hell do you do? Like, what are you good at? What? Oh, he pays the bills. No. He gets the money from the lawyer, and at the end of all this, I have to pay half that back. So, I know God wants marriage, and He wants me to be happy at the same time. But so I think I'm being punished because I picked this bad apple. On some levels, this is really all my fault, because I do keep allowing it. And I, for the life of me, cannot give you a good enough reason why. Because I don't even know. No, he's not. He's not violent. He's just mean as hell. Well, let's see. What's he going to do when he sees the slap? I don't know. I mean, I can delete it. That's probably what I'll do. I'll delete it. But, he probably would cut the internet off or cut my phone off or, you know, something. He does that too. Part of me wants vindication too. Like, I don't know. Kind of like, for all the shit that I've done for him over the years. Like, I deserve to be taken care of. God knows I've taken care of him. I'm having a shoulder surgery on my right, so I don't know how bad it's going to be. Terry had rotator cuff surgery, and she did great. Another friend of mine had, I don't think she had a tear either. She had a clean out like I'm going to do, and it was terrible for her. And she supposedly has a really high pain tolerance. I do not. But I'm worried because I'm the only one who can drive. And I'm right-handed. I don't have a check. It's just workers' comp. Like, but they don't give me a check and him a check. It's one check written out to him. Oh, yeah. Oh, look on the news. Did y'all see that video of the 18-wheeler hitting the little bucket guy in the bucket, and he's like hanging upside down? That happened where I live. Coercive control. I'm not sure what that is. Sally said she had the same little clean out surgery I'm about to have, and she said it was horrible. And that is one of the issues I'm battling, Pamela. Because for all my suspicions, I guess you should say, I've only really caught him talking on the phone with these women. Okay? So I can't prove that he's done anything unfaithful. I can't prove it. So, but to me, there's a whole lot of ways to be unfaithful. He isn't in control, but of that. She said I'm completely dependent on him, and that's the problem. He knows he's in control. That is true. But also not true at the same time. Hope the guy's okay. I don't know. I don't know the guy, but I do know that they said on the news minor injuries. So whatever that means. Yes, I got a steroid shot in the shoulder. And it was great for about 2 days. But it was good. I wish I could get a couple of those a week. But they won't let you. And just the fact that he hides the phone bill, like, what do you have to hide? I'll do the exercises. It is 4:51, so 5 a.m. I'm gonna be, Linda. I mean, I break sometimes, but I'm gonna be okay. Donna, you and me both, girl. You and me both are curious. I have no idea. Y'all check out the blog post. Come on. And I try to make sense of it. Y'all hear my rooster? How long have we been together? I don't know. 15 years, maybe? Dreama, how are you, girl? I think so too, but, you know, a lot of people would dissent, I guess. Did you get it, Bonnie? I can't believe so many people are up this early. I think you're an hour ahead of me in North Carolina, Amy. So it should be 5:53 there, almost 6. You know, that's the thing, though. It says the only way you can get out of a marriage is if there's infidelity, right? And people always tell me, God doesn't want you to be unhappy. Or mental abuse is abuse, and He wouldn't want you to be abused. But He doesn't really talk about that in the Bible, like it that I know of. He doesn't really say, hey, if your husband is verbally abusive, check out. Greg and Nene, how does he feel about me talking on live? I mean, I'm sure he hates it because he hates everything I do. The cat food spilled today. We keep cat food on our desk in the bedroom so that the dogs don't get in it, and it spilled, and I was trying to like rake it off the desk and into the bowl, and apparently I was making too much noise, so like literally there's nothing I do right. Nothing. Kim, that is terrible. I haven't been to bed yet either. Why does he do that? Why does he text you all night? Just go to sleep, dude. But I guess it's better than hearing nothing, right? I guess. It's better than acknowledging that he's just perfectly fine without you. At least this way you know he's not. That's a good idea. You could block him, but if you're going through a divorce, you know, you might want to save those texts and show your attorney. If he says anything, I'll just tell him you wanted me to make money. MrsMunson.com, Miss Nancy. And if you go to the Facebook page and you scroll past this live, you'll see the most recent blog post. And a link to it is in the description. He didn't exactly throw it at me. He threw it in my direction on the floor. I don't think he ever intended... I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know if he ever intended it to hit me. And it didn't. But, whatever. He threatens me and says, "Oh, I'm going to file for divorce if you don't stop accusing me of being a cheater." Well, if you don't stop acting like a cheater, then I'm not going to stop accusing you of it. But, come on, who hides their phone like that? Like, he literally hides his phone when he's sleeping because he's so scared I'm going to get through it. That's super freaking shady, right? He's asleep. Kathy, like, I cannot stop smoking right now. Donna says if you started to date somebody, you bet he'd be jealous. I don't, Lord, I don't want somebody else's problems. Does he show love to you, or is he mean all the time? No, he does show love to me sometimes. Especially if you want something. Joy says that he's brain damaged. I actually believe that. Right, Nikki. Or he's looking up stuff he doesn't want me to see. And that could be a problem too, although I don't have any evidence of that. Well, that's not true. There was this one time. Do I? They didn't tell me, Pam. Hey, I don't remember. Yeah, I saw that too, Drama. If I don't keep accusing him, he'll keep it up. What do you mean? You think if I stop accusing him, he's going to stop talking to these women? Doubt it. I don't know. I do have to have... I do have to go, I think Tuesday. He made the appointments. I can't remember when. I think Tuesday I go. I gotta have a EKG and blood work and a chest x-ray. I still have to set up the chest x-ray. Do the neighbors hear the rooster? I'm sure they do. They don't complain. You know, they're mostly are older than us, so they probably like it. I know that rooster don't wake me up. The only time you can hear him from inside, but I only hear him if I'm awake. I get it. I get what you're saying there, Greg and Nene. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, right? Can't help myself, just eating my guts up. I have no self-control anymore. None. Well, yes, I am afraid of that, but considering how helpful they've been to him, I'm more afraid for their husbands. I'm having a little clean out on my shoulder. I guess I'm getting used to it. Naomi, that Michael always tells me that's one of his favorite names in the world. Maybe. I just can't sleep. I have nightmares. And I'm hurting. Shoulder hurts. The kids. Caroline barely works. She's a hostess at the restaurant where John works. She barely works. Her boyfriend gives her money. Camille's at the beach this week. Caroline has been to the beach more times than she's ever been in her life. Which is odd for someone who never has any money. Well, Janice, he's supposed to. Am I going to cook Lavian? Probably. I hardly ever cook. Like the other day, I made a big pot of green beans and been eating that. He hardly eats anything. He eats those little protein. And let me tell you something. Those stupid protein bars are expensive. At Five and Below, he gets little packs of them, and I think they're like $2 a pack, and we walk out the store with like probably 30, 40 of them. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm yawning. Almost 500 people on at 5 o'clock in the morning. Boy, my people are early birds. Well, maybe I should get off of here. Yeah, I guess they're all doing pretty good. Yes, Ethan's working at a restaurant. John's working at a restaurant. Natalie sells insurance, and she's also going back to school. I think she wants to go into nursing. When do I sleep? Normally I sleep at night and wake up anywhere between 5 and 8. But I just couldn't even sleep. Sandy says it's 8 o'clock at night where she's at. Where are you, girl? It does cost a lot to eat healthy. Well, the problem is I just don't really cook hardly anything anymore. Poor Pamela. Sandy's in Australia. I would really like to visit there, but I know y'all got a lot of snakes. It's scary. Ever try so much out there working remote? No. I mean, I have a job. I work for me. And I'm not giving up. I'm not losing everything because of this. I'm not. I'm not giving up my house. I'm not giving up my business. Jeanette said, do we still have the pig? Oh, of course we do. He's such a pretty boy. He's knocked out. He's over there sleeping on his little dog bed. Oh, really? We got a bunch here too, Sandy, but I always imagined in my head that it was like some kind of snaked in Australia. In fact, when I did the grass a couple days ago, I saw 2 snakes on the same day. A big black one over there by the chicken coop. Michael said, well, how big was it? I said, I don't know. I ran the other way. And then the little one over there by my garden. Ugh. I hate snakes. Oh, thank you, Miss Cheryl. Anyways, please continue praying for us, this family. And check out the blog if you haven't. I posted the blog earlier today. I think it was today. So if you scroll past this live, you'll see the link. Anyways, I can barely keep my eyes open, so I am going to try to go to sleep now. See if I can sleep for a few hours. And see what kind of fresh hell tomorrow brings. Oh, Miss Janet. She said June is mating month, and when you see one snake, there is another one. Yuck. That's fun to think about. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with me and keeping me company. And thanks for not being too harsh. I am going to go ahead and delete this video because I can't handle all the people coming over here and say, well, all the crap they're going to say. I hurt my back and my shoulder. Alright, so good night. And maybe I'll see you soon. Maybe I won't delete this video. Let's leave it up for a little bit and see what it does. Maybe it'll make a few dollars. We'll see. I read the comments as they were coming in while we were live. But I don't think I'll go back and read all the new ones. Because they'll probably have plenty of ugly ones. But I always say that, and then I do go back and read them. But definitely go check out the blog post. There's a lot of new recipes. I've been really working on Pinterest. This one is not a recipe. This one, oh, I need to fix that. I forgot to mark something on that. Hold on, let me. I'm glad y'all mentioned that. I was going to say this one's not a recipe. Dashboard. Come on. Close that and close this. Close that one. What am I looking for? Oh, the website. So I'm supposed to mark, like there's a little box I can check. And if I check that it's a recipe, it goes to the recipe page. And then I have a other page, if that makes any sense. And this one needs to go on the others page. It looks like my internet's acting up. It's ridiculous. Come on. I'll close out every window except the one I'm trying to open. Oh, the site can't be reached. All right, I gotta go to bed. I will see you guys soon. Have a great day. Hopefully it's a lot better than mine.